Hello there. I'd like to introduce this rather historic day to everyone watching, and that is the March for Science, which called on politicians of all stripes and colors, the reds, the blues, and the few yellows, to make evidence based policy. And it's kind of funny that they're doing it. They say it's nonpartisan, but taking place while Trump is in office and also being at the Capitol, I don't really know how else to interpret this, but think it's a direct uh, calling out of Trump for not being as strong on climate change as they would want. It's incredible to me how this took place in all these different cities. I'm getting this report. It's over 600 cities they had this march, and I just keep questioning what is the effectiveness of doing this. Think about it. People are not going to remember the individual protesters, so they're not boosting their name recognition. Yeah, you'll have a couple of famous people like Bill Nye uh, give a speech or, deliver some address before everyone. But aside from that, what are you really getting out of this other than a Saturday of just hanging around? I'm very unconvinced, but people want to do this. They can go ahead. They obviously have the right to. I just question the effectiveness of it. Trump went up to the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center, awarding the Purple Heart to Alvaro Barrientos. I heard on Fox earlier that his whole reason for doing it was that, he was inspired by the man's patriotism. And Trump's vice president, or our vice president, met with Malcolm Turnbull, the Prime Minister of Australia, for those of you who are unfamiliar. And, I'm certainly not as knowledgeable of politics in other countries as I am in the U.S. So during this joint press conference he had today, he asserted, Pence, that the U.S. will honor the refugee deal with Australia, which Trump had previously called dumb and I guess led to a phone call 2 months back on February 1st. So not only do we have some miscommunication between the president and the vice president, but also an insult toward a foreign leader. Beautiful. Um, so we only have a week now. It's day 93. I still don't see anything that is just overwhelmingly good out of what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. But again, that's going to be left up to my analysis on day 100, which will be a summary of everything that is right and wrong and perfect and horrible. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, it was a pretty eventful day. We had these protesters just going out and fighting for freedom, and Pence and Trump having their little incorrect analysis, while Trump did something that was decent in and of itself, but I guess I don't see that as a policy, so I'm not really counting it as something that's. I mean, it's a good thing for a person to do, but I don't feel it gets in the way of policy, so I'm not going to count that in favor of today's accomplishments or anything. So, yeah,